honor and it's a privilege to have you on board. How are you doing this beautiful morning? Has somebody asked you how are you doing? This morning. Ama nile umerauka mambio za asubuhi. It's well, we understand. That is why we are here for you, Mizpah Tv. This is where we keep the Father altar burning 247. And right here is Nuru ya Asubuhi. Did I mention my name when I was starting off the show? To those who are joining us right now, my name is Emily Wanja. Karibu tuweze kusemezana. Remember our SMS line are open. Also there are the WhatsApp line. When you call the number on your screen, you text or you WhatsApp, we're going to reach out to you and you will send your questions, your comments, your feedback, and we will highly appreciate sana. Today is Thursday, being the 24th day of August 2023. We are glad that we are here with you today. And so today we are talking about a very interesting topic. Commitment in marriages. Nowadays, what we take commitments, commitments. That's what we want to talk about today. We want to get to understand. Kwa nini watu wanaogopa commitment? Why are people suffering from that? Why are marriages breaking? Because kama hakutakuwa na commitment, there's a high chance that marriage will not be sustained. And so to help us with this, we have a counselor in studio, our very able counselor. She is none other than Nancy Ngige. And she's right here with us to help us understand commitment manzi. Before tuende marriage atatusaidia wale ambao tuko kwa dating kidogo to understand. By the way, unajua aje? By the way, unajua aje? Hii mambo iko serious. It's either you're in need for commitment or you're not. Or you're in need for fun. Which somebody once said, if you want to play ama to joke around, don't joke with someone's heart. Go to the games field and joke around there, but not with someone's heart. But anyway, away from that, let's get to invite the guest of today so that she can take us through this interesting topic. And also feel free to text us and to ask us any questions concerning that. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well as well. Thank you.
I'm doing well, and I'm glad to be back here at Mizpah Tv. It is good. I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
I know I'll be able to share with you.
Yes.
I've been on this journey myself.
Yeah.
And I started when I was very young. And I have been committed to my marriage for 38 years.
Hallelujah. And it will come.
It hasn't been easy because marriage is a bed of roses. A rose is very beautiful and smells nice, but the rose also has thorns.
Yeah.
So it's an act of balancing. If you're not committed, it can't work. So it's not just love and other things and fun everywhere. It requires commitment.
Okay.
So I thank God that I've been together with my husband, Boniface Gigi, for all those years. We have a family of 3 children, grown-ups now.
Wow.
And even when I'm talking like this, I know they are listening. Some are dating, as you say, which I am not even aware of. They won't tell me. One is married. And I'm hoping that they'll learn from me and get committed to their marriages.
Amazing.
So I'm happy to be here.
Hey, 38 years. That's not a joke. That is not a joke.
Wow, yes.
And so there's someone who is saying, okay, commitment for marriage. Nini hiyo basically unasema nikuwe committed. What do you mean? Nikae kwa hiyo marriage hivyo niko tu ama what does it mean to be committed?
I love this topic because many of the people who are actually going through challenges in their marriage is because they have an alternative B.
Wait, what?
So what happens is that when you are committed to something, not only a marriage, not in a relationship, even in your career, in your goals in life, commitment means it's a promise. A promise to be dedicated for a cause.
Okay.
So when it comes to marriage, you are committed. You are promising yourself that you are committed to this person who is in a relationship, in an emotional relationship with you, for the good of the two of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no alternative B.
Now, there are two things. In a marital relationship, that commitment comes with 3 items or 3 elements. There's a promise, there is a dedication, and there is emotional attachment. Now, this emotional attachment makes that commitment different from other things. If you are committed to completing your career or committed to a goal, there is no emotional attachment. And there's no other person involved. But in a relationship or in a marriage, there is another person. So there are 2 things. You can be committed to a marriage or committed as an institution or committed to your partner. If you are committed to the marriage as an institution, it means you are ready to suffer, to endure for the sake of the institution, which is not very good. Like you see, you are saying, because of some pressure, like social pressure, I can't leave my marriage. Because of some religious expectations, because of children who are in the marriage, you're saying this marriage must work. Whether it is unhappy, whether there are risks involved. Like you see, someone could be battering you, and you cannot leave. Because you're saying, no, my marriage must work. What will people think about me? What will the church say about me? I'll be excommunicated. I'll have no social relations. What about my extended family? What will happen to my children? Will they go to school? Will I afford their school fees? I must be committed to this marriage. Now that is not the commitment we are talking about. Because you must be happy. Your life is so short. And you will never repeat yesterday. So you must be careful how you live today and tomorrow. And the decisions you make today influence your life tomorrow. So in this commitment to a marriage, you get committed to a partner, to that person, not to the institution, to that person, because of the emotional attachment. I don't know whether you understand it. If you are committed to the institution of marriage, you get it wrong because there's no emotion there. You see somebody who doesn't come home, somebody who shows you that he has another mpango wa kando, somebody who doesn't care whether you are there or not.
They're committed to the institution, not to you.
Yes, and you are still there holding on.
Yeah.
You are not holding on because of the person. You are holding on because of the marriage institution. Wow. And you need to separate the 2.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So I think, because if you said there is a promise in this,
a promise,
there is an emotional attachment,
and there is dedication.
Yes. So I think before a person gets into the marriage, there's somewhere they started.
Yes.
And the commitment has to start from there, because you cannot start in the institution of marriage. Wow. Am I right?
Yeah.
So in coming to rudi tu nyuma kidogo, hapo in the dating process, the commitment that should be there, because I think that is where it all starts.
You are right.
Your foundation matters a lot.
Yeah.
And so when and how can a person now say, I'm committed to this relationship, and I am sure I'm making a promise to this person. I am putting in my emotional, I am putting it all in, and I'm making sure I'm dedicated to this person. So when does the person know this is the time that they are in such a position, and what prevents also people from getting there?
Now, Emily, this is interesting. Because if you talk to these people who are not married but are dating, I always ask this question. I've been a teacher for long. And I teach business studies where we talk about things to do family. Yeah. Like when you're talking about population issues and the rest. Yeah. So you ask someone, are you married? They are like, they're not sure they are married, they're not. Because this person is in a stable relationship. But cannot still say, I'm married. Or cannot say, I'm getting married next year. Or I'm thinking about it. That is the problem that we have with the current situation. So people don't want to get committed. And there's, and as you say, how do you even start knowing a person? You see, in your circles, when you are in, let's say when you're in high school, there were those boyfriends from the opposite school. Yeah. And you are like saying, yeah, he's my friend, but I think it is too early to think about him.
Friend zone kwanza.
Yeah. To think about him.
Yeah.
So one could be committed and saying, oh, I've gotten a future husband. And you're only 18, 19. Eh? But the other one is saying, maisha ni mrefu. So the two of you are not in the same boat.
Yeah.
And you see, when you have this kind of issues, it leads to heartbreaks. Yeah. So when you get to college, you get new circles. All the boyfriends and the girlfriends you had, now they get into the periphery, and you get to learn new people, and you get excited. And in college again, you have other friends.
Yeah.
If you don't get married when you're in college, then you leave college, then you get into the world of work, then you get your workmates. Now they become other friends.
Yeah.
So when you look at that cycle, it's like if you get committed at stage 1, you are actually missing out on stage 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So you keep on seeing that there's a future where I can get new people. When you get to your, maybe as you start working, and maybe you're interacting with so many people, it's now time to compare. Do I like this? Do I like that? Do I like that? Maybe there's another one who I'm not yet met.
Oh. Yeah.
And you see, nature abhors vacuum. And as you grow, there's that time when you feel you need a relationship. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to share with. And I'm sorry today that during our time, it's not the same as today. You could keep a relationship out of free of sex or rather that intimacy.
Yeah.
But, and if you ever entered into such a relationship, na uende ulale kwa wenyewe, mama anakuja anakuambia rudi kwenye ulikuwa.
Officially.
You know you cannot go back. So utatandikwa, utalala kwa nyumba ya kuku. Na mama anajua unalala nje. Mama anakuambia put you on the kwa kuni.
Yeah.
We call it titara.
Yes.
Now, you know you cannot go back.
Yeah.
You know you are not married. You know you made a mistake. And you don't want to show your mom that you are happy to have that you can go back.
Yeah.
Today if you tell your daughter rudi kwenye ulikuwa, atakimbia.
Hai, hiyo ni mlango umemfungulia ni aje bana.
So this person is just going like fun.
Yes.
And so they'll not be committed to that one because it happened. It just happened. So that is the reason why people are not committed during as they get into friendship. They think there's still another person who is somewhere
That is what is preventing
who might
them.
be coming.
Okay.
Another thing that makes people not committed when they are dating, they are not sure of what they want. As you grow up, you need to have goals, including marital goals. There are people at one time, I'll never get married.
Yeah.
Another time, oh, I love children. Another time, I think I want to get married. So these people are still in the valley of indecision. So when they get somebody and that person becomes close to a point of, okay, we can now be in a stable relationship, that very indecision comes back and says, by the way, am I serious about this? Do I want this?
So they will not.
So they start pulling away.
Yeah.
And that is why in a relationship, in dating, we have those issues. But again, there are people who go straight into it and they know what they want.
Yeah.
And if the two of them, they know what they want, you can start a marriage when you are very young and it can still succeed. And you can start a marriage when you have experience. And that experience may be actually a disservice to you because you are saying, my first relationship, my second relationship, my third relationship, and now this is the fifth relationship. Kama ule mama wa Bibilia. And you are still comparing and thinking that it is going to work.
Yes.
So maybe when they are dating, those are the reasons why it doesn't work so much.
Okay. And now coming to marriage, because our main focus was that tulienda tu kidogo ndio to lay foundation mzuri. Now when two people start in love, what happens, you know, after honeymoon? Because they're in that institution. They dated, wamejua, maybe wamefika hiyo point ya sasa mimi I am committed, you're committed, blah blah blah, all those things happen. And now we're here.
Yeah, you're here.
You're here. There's the honeymoon after the honeymoon.
Yes, you know, somebody said the journey to honeymoon is an uphill task, because
the journey to honeymoon.
Yes, as you go to honeymoon, you are planning your wedding.
Yes.
I'm imagining that there'll be a wedding. By the way, honeymoon, is it a period, or, you know, you can be in a honeymoon for more than 2 years, because you're not married. So you are honeymooning, you know. You're having fun, you're going for what? For cinema, for movies, for outings, for swimming, for the coast. So you are in a relationship, which is honeymoon, meaning a nice and joyous relationship. But if we talk about the honeymoon after wedding, as you climb that hill towards wedding, there are so many issues to tackle. You have family, you have ratio, you have challenges.
Marriage,
marriage. So, and it can also be very stressful when you are organizing your marriage. And on that day of your wedding, it's like, I'm done. And so you're all excited. People have you dance the whole day, and you are happy that now you have arrived. So you are at the peak of everything that you have been planning. So we say honeymoon is the peak of your relationship. After honeymoon, you go down. After ukipanda mlima si lazima ukatateremka. Sasa kuteremka ndio haraka. Because after honeymoon, there will be other things. You're not going to live in that utopian world. There are careers. You have a job. So you wake up in the morning and you are late to wake up. You go to work and you are scolded by your boss. Because you are still in honeymoon. You must remember to put your alarm clock on. There will be stability. Chores will change. So when you visited him, he could make you tea, he would take you out, he would bring you pizza so that you don't cook. Now he'll tell you, madam,
jikoni ndio ile?
Ndio hiyo. Tunakula nini? Tunakula nini?
Yes.
Atakuuliza, happy my socks. Atakuuliza, kwa nini umechelewa kupika sapa? And then say, hey, darling, why was? But chores have to change. There are some things that are automatically going to be less frequent. Like clapping. You know, we call it affirmation, approval, compliments. So you are dressed like to kill, the way you used to meet him. With all that kind of fluffy things. And he would come flying and hugging you and calling you sweet words. Beautiful, I can't do without you. Those things will come too. They will reduce until now, the darling becomes another name. Like, Wewe, hey.
But there's a way you can maintain that, right?
Yes, you can.
Does it also say, before we take a break, does it also say that there's a way you can foster it? The commitment that, yes, you are committed from way back when you started dating and all of that, and to where you're married, now the honeymoon season, because hapo pia commitment inakuwa tested pia in one way or another. And so there's a way you can foster it?
Yes, you can foster commitment.
From the beginning? From the
beginning. Emily, when you have an alternative B, when you are saying maybe this is the man God has chosen for me. Maybe my marriage will work. Maybe it is not true what people are saying. You know, people could be telling you something about that person, but maybe it's not true. Maybe I can do something different. Like you're getting married to somebody who is a crack. And you're saying maybe he can change. When you are entering into marriage and saying maybe, it means you are not sure. And so when you remove that attitude, that negative attitude, you know, you're also saying, when you are in marriage now, you're saying, maybe I made a mistake. maybe I rushed. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe I would have been happier with the other one.
Oh, no. My ex.
So you are bringing in things that are going to destroy your marriage because you cannot concentrate on building this one when you are still thinking, lakini mimi siku atafanya hii. I'm telling you hii kitu. You know? So if you have that negative attitude, again, what are your expectations in marriage? You must wake up from your dream and have realistic expectations. Some expectations, you have to discuss them.
And we'll talk about that when we come back. We want to just go for a break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll talk about those expectations that should be realistic and so many other things. You know, what causes now in marriage the lack of commitment. Maybe someone was committed while dating, but for marriage,
anaona kama
inakuwa tricky sana. We'll see after the break. Think about that. We'll be back with more.
All right.